Welcome back to San Diego. We've got a great finish in prospect for the best Super Bowl in recent memory, 24 apiece, and the Denver Broncos are starting out from their own 18-yard line with 10 minutes and 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And 3.
Isn't that amazing? Look at those names that haven't been to the Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl.
Only 84 yards passing for Elway in this game. Hands it off to Davis, trying to get outside, cuts back. Breaking tackle to the 32-yard line. Another first down. 14 yards for Davis.
John Dockery just said something down there just a few moments ago. This defensive line and linebacker, these guys are tired. They are tired.
Only the 0 for migraine, hitting the head, and of course he's had migraine problems throughout his career, Terrell Davis, as you see this run, and hasn't had anything seriously hit him since early, about October against San Diego a year ago.
Don't try to arm tackle that man.
123 yards for Davis. He gets the call again. Up the middle of 35. A gain of nearly 5. Darius Holland, the tackler. They haven't called Reggie White's number much today.
Well, there may be a reason for it. And here comes the reason.
One, he gets double teamed. They're changing the blocking up on Reggie White all day long. And then when he tries his patented club move, Tony Jones, the right tackle, he's a big guy. It's hard to move him with one arm.
Number 77, Jones, has done a great job on the old-time defensive end. Lead to Dwayne Carswell, the second tight end, his first catch. Brian Williams makes the tackle. It's short of a first down at the 40. It'll be third down and about 1.5 yards. We mentioned both quarterbacks, sons of coaches. There's Jack Elway, a longtime coach, and he's agonizing well every play. This would complete the portfolio. His son winning a Super Bowl game. He's done everything else. For the first down to the 43. Needed 2, got 3.
You know, you said something in the first quarter about cutback, about they go right, he cuts back. He's done it every single time. And the problem is that the Green Bay Packers defensive line are tired. They're not moving.
They're tired, and you just never think of these situations and running the ball. That time they're running the right, and Terrell, as soon as he sees a little daylight back to the left, he takes it. But it just shows you the backside of the offensive line away from the run. Very important that they get their blocks. They've been doing a terrific job of it today.
First down at the 43. Midpoint of the fourth quarter. There's never been an overtime game in a Super Bowl. Running out of trouble. Looked as if there'd be no gain and managed about 3 before Santana Dotson and Brian Williams could chase him down.
We were talking about Gilbert Brown and Reggie White sucking wind down there. You think there are any bugs around those guys? They've eaten them all. There can't be a bug in that whole area down there. Look at this. Reggie's tired. Gilbert's tired.
Well, we mentioned that the Denver offensive line is the lightest in the entire league, but they're also lean and well-conditioned.
That's right, and they're making the Green Bay defense play both aspects of the game. You got to sit in there and be tough to stop the run, and then every once in a while when you get in a passing situation, they got to try to get up the field, and they use a lot of energy.
Elway double pumps and then complete. First down at the Green Bay 42. Shannon Sharp cradles it in front of Eugene Robinson and Tyrone Williams.
Boy, it really helps. It helps to be big and strong and have arms the size of legs. Shannon Sharp just uses his strength on the outside against Tyrone Williams, and that's what creates the play. That and John Elway's strong arm because he double pumped. He's fallen away from the receiver and still whips it in there.
Those are 21-inch biceps on Shannon Sharp. Davis, head down, plows to the 38. Bernardo Harris makes the tackle, and the clock moves toward 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
You know, when they talk about the offensive line of the Denver Broncos, Phil, and they say they're the lightest line, but what you're really looking at is 5 or 6 pounds, you know?
Yeah, we're nitpicking, Paul. You're right. And you know the big thing about this line, they're very active. They block on angles. They block to the right. The other guys pull around and kick out, and you can't have big fat guys doing that.
2nd and 7. Elway, fake, throw, goes long to Smith. Incomplete. Defended well by Tyrone Williams. It was Williams who replaced the injured Craig Newsom. Newsom requiring knee surgery very early in this season. And Williams stepped in his second year out of Nebraska and has been solid.
Boy, is this excellent coverage by Tyrone Williams, using all of his speed. Look at that. He turns and looks for the ball, then stays in front of the receiver, gets his hands up, doesn't get up there too early to allow Rod Smith to go over and make the catch.
And Elway, who is stuck on 100 yards passing for the entire game and an interception in the end zone. Now a critical 3rd and 7. Has to throw it away. Oh, 4th down and 7.
You know, there is no hesitation. You punt the ball. Of course, this is in Tom Ruin. It's in his area. He hadn't been able to hit the ball more than 30 yards anyway, so it shouldn't hurt him.
You know, you're really hard.
Well,
He's hard on
punters.
those punters.
Well, when you did
hard, yeah.
you kick for a living in this league, you know. Even that's perfect.
They only pay you to do one thing. You should be able to do it.
Mike Pryor is one of the defects now, along with Robert Brooks standing at the 10. This is usually where they kick it right over the end zone into the crowd. Now very high. This is well placed.
Beautiful
Fair catch by Brooks at the 10-yard line. Oh, Brett Favre and the Packers 90 yards away with 5:25 left in the 4th quarter. The Packers, the Broncos at 24.
We're all on the edge of our seats here, and another couple of people who are elsewhere in the stadium.
Field position's been swapping back and forth here in the 4th quarter, and now Green Bay's got to go 89 yards now, puts points on the board.
Yeah, field position, the Broncos have got it back because it was only a couple of series ago the Packers were starting out on their own 48.
Yes, they were, and I said to Kevin off the air, I said they've got to do something with his field position. Nevertheless, they've got the ball, that's important, but they're in precarious territory.
They didn't do anything with that field position because of a great play by Steve Atwater.
Great play on a 3rd down where Steve came flying in. It looked like the receiver was open. They broke it up, and he redeemed himself for dropping that pass earlier in the game. That was an important one.
And Kevin, eventually the Broncos' drive came to nothing, but they started to look as though they were wearing the Green Bay defense down.
I think that's what you're seeing, too. The defensive guys on Green Bay are the slower ones getting up from the pile, and they're starting to be pushed off the ball just a little bit more now. I mean, every time he's running the ball, Terrell Davis runs the ball, he's getting 3, 5, 6 yards now.
Green Bay, 90 yards to go. They've got a pass, haven't they? That's what's got them this far.
Well, I think they need to run and pass. Just keep mixing it up and keep the defense guessing. That's correct.
Any way to predict the outcome of this? Is a stupid question, really.
No way to predict this outcome. I do feel that they have to run the ball, too, and mix it in there. They got to take some time off and not give the ball back to Denver too quickly either. Dorsey Levens is a great runner. He's done most of his production in the 4th quarter. Here they go.
Play fake to start with as the Packers go to William Henderson on 1st down from their own 10. Let's go back to the NBC commentators.
Down, and Alan Aldridge did.
Well, every play is a big play now with only 5 minutes to go in the game. The Broncos in a good coverage to stop this play. Ray Crockett, he's looking into the backfield. He sees it. Come up and make the tackle for a 1-yard gain. William Henderson says, I don't think so.
Crockett's 184 and Henderson is nearly 250. A gain of 7. Favre trying to make something happen. Throwing backfield. Incomplete. Crockett leaping in front of Robert Brooks. Flag down. Holding against Green Bay.
You know, there was a time on that play there when Favre threw that ball, he trusted his arm. He just thought that I could outthrow the defensive back.
I don't think Brett Favre has never not trusted his arm.
No. But I mean, when you can see the defensive back, they had Brooks long and short, and he just tried to fire it in.
Holding by the offense, number 78. 10-yard penalty after this is to the goal. Repeat 2nd down.
What happens and why this is a holding penalty by Ross Verba? It's a screen to the inside, and it just takes way too long for the play to develop. He gets caught. Alfred Williams goes inside, catches Ross Verba with his speed, puts his arm out. The official sees that.
Penalty mark back to just outside the 7-yard line. 4 minutes 41 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 32.
Denver's going to.
This already is moving high up on the list of memorable Super Bowl games, with so many lopsided contests through this run of NFC championships, and even back to the early days of the final game of the NFL season, tied at 24, 4:41 left. Bad spot, and apparently they're going to correct that. Should be the 9-yard line. Oh, we're going to leave it just across the 8. Second and a dozen. Five. The big drive. Complete to Freeman again, and Antonio Freeman, who had a big Super Bowl game a year ago, caught an 81-yard touchdown from Favre. Remember, the longest ever. And today, Freeman with 9 catches, 126 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The record for most catches in a Super Bowl, as I recall, is 11.
Well, 3rd and long for the Green Bay Packers. In the first half, it was 3 for 3. In the second half, they are 0 for 4.
11 is the record. Jerry Rice and Dan Ross, the former tight end of the Bengals. Big 3rd down. And Alfred Williams is already in the backfield, and now the flags fly. And a late flag, so unless Williams can convince the officials that the tackle moved, that's on him.
It would be on Verba. Again, a holding penalty.
Ball start by the offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty, it's still 3rd down.
Verba is the first-round pick of the Packers this year out of Iowa. So good that he beat out the incumbent John Michaels.
You see Verba right here. Now, Alfred Williams is looking at him, and Verba, well, you know, he does. You can't, even if you're looking down the line of scrimmage, once you get set, and again, 2-point, 3-point, 4-point stance makes no difference. You can't move.
3rd and 11. Scrambling. Throws incomplete. Wide open was Antonio Freeman, but Favre throwing against his body was not accurate.
Where there's pressure in the pocket, Brett Favre is moving. He does a good job buying that extra time to throw the ball, but watch, he's running almost full speed to his left, tries to whip it sidearm, misses a tough throw. Antonio Freeman can't make it.
John Elway, hey, way to go, Brett.
Give me a chance. Darian Gordon back at the Denver 44. Kicking from his end zone is Craig Hunter. This one very short. Fair catch by Gordon at the 49-yard line of Green Bay. 39 on the punt. 3:27 left in the fourth. And after Super Bowl 32 tonight, watch on NBC.
3:27 left. The Broncos have the ball on their own 49. There is a dramatic finale to this Super Bowl being set up. NBC are taking a promo. Don't forget, if you're on the internet, you can call in for your MVP. Vote for the man you think should be the most valuable player. Antonio Freeman's in the running, but he wasn't given a chance by Brett Favre there. And the Broncos have the ball at their own 49.
Pitches to Terrell Davis. Shreds one tackle. Breaks a couple more, and then flags fly. Could be face mask against Green Bay. Eugene Robinson made the tackle, and Davis says, they can't grab me up here.
It's on Darius Holland, number 90. He got in the backfield. He was in a position, but when Terrell Davis cut back inside, he grabbed the face mask.
Holland playing a lot in this Super Bowl 32 with the injury early to Gabe Wilkins, a knee.
Well, you get in this situation, personal foul.
Well, if that's personal foul, that's 15.
That's the discussion. Was it incidental or a personal foul? And well, here's the official word.
Personal foul, face mask by the defense, number 90. 15 yards, penalty, automatic first down.
You can't grab and ride it. If you grab it, you got to let go.
All right, here it comes. Here's Terrell Davis. And look at this. See, there, when they call it, look at his head. His head will really determine. If you turn his head all the way around, Dick, then they're going to get you for 15. And that's just a sign of being tired.
But lost in all that, Davis takes that kind of yank on his helmet, turning him back, and still moves forward. He's going to get a lot of votes for the most valuable player in this game. 138 yards and sitting out the entire second quarter with migraines. Already the 6th most yards in Super Bowl history. Davis and Yankees. And this time Bernardo Harris bulldogs him down at the 30-yard line. He had his number retired, his high school number. Went to Lincoln High School here in San Diego. Same school Marcus Allen attended. He wore, interestingly, number 7, Elway's number. They had a big to-do at Lincoln High School. And he gave the young people there, the young students, a nice message. He said, don't let anyone steal your dreams. Keep your dreams alive. Oh, look how far they've taken him.
They've taken him a long way. Really, Dick, that's what he said. I just want to give the young kids a sense of hope. There is something out there for them if they work hard.
2:39 left in the fourth quarter. Second and 9. Elway completes to Griffith. The quarterback from Griffith down the sideline to the 9-yard line.
Did you see the block of Ed McCaffrey? He just totally wiped out Brian Williams.
Griffith, who caught only 11 passes all year.
Look at number 51. Well, you're going to watch him disappear in a moment, folks.
Ed McCaffrey down the field.
Here it comes right now. Goodbye. What a block by McCaffrey.
Mike Shanahan has said Ed McCaffrey is the best blocking wide receiver I've ever seen in the National Football League.
23 yards on the play. When we come back, Denver's at the Packer 8-yard line. Because he thought they had the best chance of the teams that wanted him to get to the Super Bowl. And now the Broncos in a 24-24 tie have it first and goal at the 8, trying to beat this man, Brett Favre. Few have in the last 3 years. Davis to the 5. Flags down. Davis is at the 1-yard line, knocked out of bounds. But the flag at the 8, and it looks as if it's holding Denver.
And Gilbert Brown is having a tough time getting up.
Shannon Sharp
Acted as though it was on him.
It's got to be the way he was acting after the play.
Holding by the offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Of the many that don't like to see that is kicker Jason Elam. If they need a field goal, he'd like to be as close as he can get.
Shannon Sharp, this play has been cutting back up inside all day long. This time he takes it outside. He's on Seth Joyner, a big linebacker. They see the hands outside the shoulders. The official down the field, that's why he throws the flag.
If Seth would have had a flag, he'd have thrown it.
First and goal from the 18. Davis. Touchdown! No. He's out of bounds. They say now at the 1. Our view totally obscured by all the camera folks down on the goal line. He just missed the score. Tried to kick it in at the 1 and stepped on the line.
Just like last play, he keeps going inside. Now he goes outside. Watch Terrell Davis.
Good call.
1-yard line.
I'll tell you, Howard Griffith, number 29, has just been blocking like crazy in this game. You see, he is out of bounds. Give it to him anyway.
Second and goal from the 1 with 1:47 left. You said, though, do you want to score too soon? It was a point you made, Paul, and Elway will use a timeout. That's the first Denver timeout. Each team has 2 remaining. That's important. Remember, in the third quarter, Green Bay called a timeout, so when they do get the ball back, they have but 2 remaining.
Well, let's look at that long run Terrell Davis had to get down the 1-yard line all day long. He's been cutting this thing back and back. This time, he shows the patience. The cutback is not there. He takes it back outside, inside, and then the last time goes outside. That creates the yardage for Terrell Davis.
You talk about take it in chunks, 1 yard to 2 yards. Terrell Davis has had in this game, Dick, 27-yard run, a 10-yard run, a 16-yard run, a 14-yard run, and an 18-yard run. And when you look at this guy, 156 yards.
Well, he's been the runner-up to Barry Sanders for the rushing title the last 2 years. Here's a young kid. Remember, we saw him as a rookie. He said, "Oh, I was just so happy I was hoping I could make the special team squad. I had no idea they'd really want to use me as a runner."
He was hoping to make. He says, "Don't they have a taxi squad?" Remember, that's what he said. "I want to make that practice squad they have." And well,
the first time we met him, folks, let me tell you, Dick Enberg likes to ask all these players that we talk to, what is your hobby? What do you like to do? You know what his hobby is? If you've never heard it before, you're going to hear it. He loves to sleep.
He's awake today. 2nd and goal at the 1. And the Broncos, with a mile-high salute, take the lead again. Terrell Davis has just become the first man in Super Bowl history to rush for 3 touchdowns, albeit all from 1 yard out, but not to take a thing away from his total in the game, 157 yards.
The difference, people have asked all week, we said in the open, the difference between this Bronco team and all the AFC teams that have come in and tried to win a Super Bowl, they can run the football, and they've done it all year long.
As Elam kicks the extra point, 1 minute 45 seconds is a lifetime when Brett Favre is your quarterback, and he'll get a chance to tie it up.
You know, when you look at this hole, watch and see if you see any white shirts. Not many. Not in that hole. I mean, we talked about this. This is a very, very tired Green Bay Packers defensive line. Elway? Yes.
Well, Elway has not been the top of his game passing today, but the running attack of the Denver Broncos has been outstanding. This is the kind of running game that the NFC has brought to Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Phil Simms and the New York Giants, not to take anything away.
No.
22 for 25.
Well, Dick, teams that win in the National Football League are usually the teams that beat up the other team physically, and when you run the football, that's what it takes. It takes physical players up front who can just out-muscle and out-hit the people across from them.
You notice the Denver Broncos are really excited, but they're not overexcited because they know what Favre can do.
4 straight 100-yard games in the postseason. Remember now, the Broncos are a wild card team, and only one wild card over 100 have entered the playoffs as wild card, has gone all the way to win the Super Bowl, and that was in 1980, the Oakland Raiders beating the Eagles. Now Green Bay's turn. And the powerful Packers with Freeman running it back. Get to the 30-yard line. And here comes Favre. Keith Burns makes the tackle. And if anyone loves this role, it's this man. They call him Country from Little Kill, Mississippi. His dad, Herb, he calls him Hammerhead. Coached him in high school. He just likes to have fun. It's a 28-year-old man, but he really behaves like a 12-year-old.
Well, tremendous talent, and if I was the Denver Broncos, I'm the defensive coordinator, Greg Robinson. I don't know what I do. Do you keep attacking, which they've done most of the day, or do you try to be a little conservative now and just hope one of your defensive players can just make a play physically?
Now Robinson's made his choice. 3 wide receivers for Favre. 1:39 left. Screen. Levens breaks a tackle, a big break of a tackle, and Levens powers to the 48 of Denver. They had him for 5. He winds up with 22. Hurry up. 1:23, saving the 2 timeouts.
Boy, a good first call, always in a 2-minute situation. A screen, a draw, catch the defense off guard. They come back.
Another screen. It was almost intercepted, and Levens is tackled for a short gain by Alfred Williams and John Mobley. Williams was right there, almost got his hands up.
It was tipped, too. The ball was tipped.
Timeout Green Bay with 1:11. It's a 30-second timeout.
The first play, it's a screen play in the middle. Denver in a very conservative defense. John Mobley has him. Nobody's blocking him. He doesn't make the tackle. Look how long it takes for the Denver Broncos to react.
All right, here's the last one we're going to see where the tip comes in.
Tanabasa, number 98, tipped
up
it.
in the air. Look at Alfred Williams thinks he's going to get it.
He misses it.
And this was almost fumbled. They almost took it away again by Mobley.
Very close to Mobley coming up with that football.
You know, good thought by the Green Bay Packers. They run a screen on the second play too, but Denver, they're kind of caught off guard. They can't even react and get up the field, so everybody's in the screen lane.
One timeout left for Mike Holmgren's Packers. Trailing 31-24.
Soft defense, playing way off.
71 seconds left. Five. Oh, what a good ad-lib throw. They're looking to get out of bounds to stop the clock at the Denver 35.
How about this pirouette? I mean, Favre, when he's back there, you better go after me. You better hold on to him. You better force him to do something right now. Watch what Favre does here.
He looks right. Looks right. Nothing. Knows he has somebody swinging out the left. That is really a lot of good coaching and good schooling, and Brett Favre learning it.
And another 13-yard gain. The NFC on a 13-year run in the Super Bowl. Ball at the 35. A minute 4 seconds left. The throw complete to Lennox. Stopped at the 32-yard line. John Mobley didn't miss him this time, and Crockett there to help out. And the clock running. We'll see if Favre downs the ball to save some time. 48, 47 seconds. A lot of time running, and Green Bay fans getting nervous. Favre fires. Incomplete to Freeman. Gordon and Mobley were on him, but Freeman had a shot.
You know the one thing the Denver Broncos are doing that the Packers don't have that luxury with their defensive line. They're running guys in and out of out of the game, and they're getting fresh people in all the time.
Well, what a throw there. Was that a bullet?
Well, sometimes Brett Favre looks down the field. John Elway happy it's incomplete. He looks down the field, and really they look covered, but to him they look open. He tries to stick it in there.
They better get some heat on Favre because they're really not getting close to him.
Denver confused. People running around.
3rd and 6. The blitz. And the throw incomplete. Oh, what a crushing tackle at the 10. Robert Brooks running into Steve Atwater, and let's hope they all get up.
Atwater just killed Randy Hilliard. I mean, Brooks gets down between them. He gets nailed, but Atwater hits Hilliard. I mean, watch this. Watch 27 is Atwater. Now, Brooks goes down, and he hits his own man. Brooks is down on the bottom of it. Wow. Now, we know Atwater has had bad shoulders all year long.
Oh, what a collision as Hilliard, the defensive back from Northwest Louisiana State. Look at this. He's trying to cover Brooks, and Atwater with a crushing hit. And this is how it feels at full speed.
You hear that? That's heading.
And both Atwater and Hilliard have not gotten up yet. So 2 defensive backs down. It's 4th down and 6. So with 2 men injured, that'll be a timeout charge to Denver. Let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Dick. Before that last play in that collision, Ray Crockett came limping over. He could barely get here. He has a cramp in his left hamstring. They're trying to work it out feverishly over here on the sideline, but he's out, and if Atwater stays out, his last 32 seconds could be very interesting for the Denver defensive backfield. Dick?
All right, and here's another development with both. Freeman also is ruled injured, so with 2 injuries, both for Denver, 2 for Denver, 1 for Green Bay. They charge both teams with a timeout. So the Packers have no timeouts left, and Denver 1. We'll see how critical that is here with 4th down and 6 staring at Green Bay. Now both Atwater and Hilliard have to come out.
So it almost forces Denver. If you're Green Bay calling an offensive play here, Denver has to be playing a zone defense, playing soft, making sure they don't give up a big play in case their defenders can get back in after this.
With that, you're making sure they don't give up the big play, but you also got to make sure that they don't get a first down.
Well, you'd hope that would happen, but the biggest thing is don't give up the big play and let them tie the game in 1.
Dedrick Dodge and Darius Johnson come in at the defensive back positions. The throw. John Mobley broke it up. And the Broncos are celebrating on the near sidelines.
Phil, they sold out. They ran a full-scale blitz at him.
Everybody blitzed with 2 defensive backs injured and out of the game. They send the ball. It makes Green Bay throw the ball before they want. It's knocked down by the defense.
With 28 seconds left, Denver takes over on downs at the 32. And the 13-year domination of the NFC apparently has come to an end. And the man, the sentimental favorite, the fans who didn't care about who won this game cared that John Elway got a Super Bowl ring. They've reserved his spot in the Hall of Fame. This man probably will get there too, but Elway's a cinch to go to Canton when he is eligible. You know, after he lost to Jacksonville last year, he went home and his sister called him and he broke down crying. His kids, his 4 children, had never seen their dad cry before. Many of you remember when your dads cry, how important it is. It was a low moment of his great career. This then will become the highest moment, the completion of a great career, a Super Bowl championship for John Elway and the Denver Broncos. Given to him prior to this Super Bowl. He said, yes, I want that trophy, but I don't want to take away from my teammates. And when he gets into that locker room, one of the first men that John Elway will find is Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis, his Super Bowl 32's most valuable player, the kid from San Diego, rushed for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns to help Denver to this 31-24 upset win in San Diego. For most of the fans who didn't care about the teams, the right way was Elway.
Well, Denver came into this game as a blitzing team. It's worked for them today. Most of the time they sold out. One of the reasons why they stopped the Green Bay Packers. You see the blitz by all the defenders. Brett Favre has to get rid of it. John Mobley uses his speed. The cut inside of Mark Chmura knocked the ball down.
And he didn't believe to that final moment. He was not going to let it out till then. And Jack Elway, the father, the coach, who has lived every moment of his son's career.
He was actually covering Chmura from up here.
Shannon Sharp. His brother Sterling left the Packers before they won last year, so Shannon will bring home the Super Bowl ring.